Just a couple days ago on Monday, May 5th, I got the chance to go to Cedar Point and ride the world's only triple launch Strata coaster, Top Thrill 2. And this is my review on it. Top Thrill 2 is the reimagined version of the original Top Thrill Dragster at Cedar Point, and while I never got to ride Top Thrill Dragster, a lot of people say this is better than it, and I can believe it. However, I did get the chance to ride King to Ka at Six Flags Great Adventure, which was also another hydraulic launch Strata coaster, and I could say by far I would take Top Thrill 2 over King to Ka any day, which is reason to believe that I would take Top Thrill 2 over the original Dragster. And if you don't know what I mean by saying this is a Strata coaster and King to Ka is a Strata coaster, a Strata roller coaster is a roller coaster that ranges in height from 400 to 499 feet. Top Thrill 2 stands at 420 feet in two places, the top of the spike and the top of the top hat. But now let's launch into taking a look at what the layout for Top Thrill 2 is. Now, once the operator says all clear, everything is checked, and you are rolling out of that station, you're going to start rolling out onto a bit of straight track over the transfer track to the maintenance shed, and that's going to take you right over, going over the fast switch track that leads you onto the launch track. And when I tell you this was one of the most intimidating moments on any roller coaster I've had, sitting in the front row staring down this launch track, I promise you, you will not be ready for it. Once you roll all the way onto the launch track, you're going to sit there for a couple seconds, let the switch track switch into the launching position, and have the LSMs power up. When you're sitting here, you're going to hear some music, and then you're going to start to see the lights either on the Christmas tree tower or on the top hat start lighting up for your countdown to launch. And once the countdown is over, you launch forwards at 74 miles per hour. This first launch has some kick to it, but nothing that can't be compared to Maverick's second launch, for example. Once you reach the top hat, you're going to start going up, and then you're going to roll backwards. Once you roll down and the train reaches the LSMs, you're going to accelerate up to 101 miles per hour backwards, and you're going to start heading back right past the station and up into the 420-foot spike. And once the train slows down, you're going to float there for a second and start rolling right back down to hit the launch track for your third and final launch at 120 miles per hour. This third launch is going to take the train up to the speed that it needs to get up and over the 420-foot top hat. And I will definitely have more to say on this top hat in just a second, but once you crest over the top, you're going to go down and twist, just like the original Dragster did, and then you're going to hit the brake run. And a couple feet down the brake run, you're going to see the on-ride photo, and it'll take your picture as you're coming to a slowdown. And once the train has slowed down, drive tires on the track will take the train into the unload part of the station where you get off and go get your on-ride photo and get your items from the lockers. Which that is another part that I need to mention. You can take no loose articles on this ride whatsoever. Nothing can come with you in the queue line. Much like Steel Vengeance, Top Thrill 2 does have metal detectors, and everything needs to be put in a locker before entering the queue line. And I personally have no issue with the locker system. I just recommend not bringing a big bag into the park, but fanny packs and everything can go into the small free lockers that you get for this ride. And now on to what I have to say about the top hat. When I say this thing throws you around for no good reason, it does. And it's because of the top hat and the speed in these trains that you get thrown around. When you launch and you go up to the top of top hat and you hit that first twist, I was not ready my first time I had my hands up. It felt like I was going to get thrown out of the train and I could touch the supports. And this ride is going so fast that from the second you twist up into the top hat all the way to the bottom of the drop, you are experiencing ejector airtime almost anywhere you sit. And much like the twist up, the twist downwards on the top hat, you are also going to get thrown around if you're not prepared for it. So I recommend if you have your hands up, just keep your head back as hard as you can because this ride will throw you. And now let's quickly talk about the trains because there are some things I have to say about these trains. And now talking about these trains, I have not a single complaint about these trains at all. The seats are comfortable, the restraints are comfortable, there's no seat belts, and they're just overall really good trains. One thing, and probably my favorite part about these trains that I like, is on the restraints. When the ride is in motion and you're actually riding the ride, going up and down the top hat, everything, the restraints lock in position. So however low it is on you is how low it's going to stay. It won't go any lower and it can't be lifted up. It stays in the position it's locked in from when you leave the station, which I think is a really good system. So when you're going, you're not getting stapled. And I think that's an issue Skyrush has at Hershey Park. And if that's a system Skyrush could eventually get, if they redo it to where they can have them lock and not move back down, that would be a really good thing to have on that ride. The train design is really nice. I like the F1 race car look that they went for. It works really well. I love the colors of all three trains, the blue, silver, and black train. The wheels on this thing are massive. If you're looking at this thing in person, the wheels are insanely big. But overall, that's really it that I have for the trains. They're really comfortable. I really like the trains. They fit really well with the theme of the ride. And just overall, they're really good. And now, this ride is so good, where it personally ranks for me in my ranking of all coasters I've been on. It is at the number 2 spot right behind Steel Vengeance. I don't know what does it, but the mix of speed, airtime, and just the adrenaline that you have while on this ride all adds up for me and makes it my number 2 favorite coaster of all time for now. I don't know how much longer that will last. Maybe that's just recency bias, but we'll see. Overall, really good ride. If you get the chance, head down to Cedar Point and get on this ride. It's fantastic. And that brings us to the end of this video. Let me know what you think of Top Thrill 2 down in the comments. And if you haven't been on it, I definitely recommend getting down to Cedar Point and riding this ride. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.